Hello.
Hello, everybody.
This is Daniel.
And what I thought you were going to say this is Milk, what we're listening to.
Oh, this is Milk.
Oh, and cereal?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this is Woody Landeros, too.
Okay. So this is Milk and Cereal. This is our new business podcast.
Yes.
I don't know if I should have said new.
I mean,
just because.
yeah, you're just.
No, it's a pre-roll.
Okay. Let's just run it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll run the podcast?
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
I mean, I'm good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Live?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So today's topic is, well, do we have like I don't even know if we have a catchy topic ready. So we just wrote down financial crisis. Is that what it is? The topic?
Yeah, I guess it's like the... Yeah, right? I
I
don't
mean,
know.
because,
What would be the topic?
yeah, like what is the name of this? I don't think we've come up with it.
Oh.
Like a catchy little name. Usually I say the name.
Just, it's a crisis with an exclamation mark.
Okay, we'll do that. So today's topic is it's a crisis. And can you kind of explain what that is? I kind of peeked it over to financial crisis, so you can kind of explain what that is.
I don't know too much, I guess, about it myself personally, but I do know that the market, in terms of the economy and general finance market and just the world in general, fluctuates. So it goes up and down. There's a cycle every, suppose it's 5 years, but we haven't been in one in 10 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been 10 years since the last cycle, so we're due for another like dip.
Mm-hmm.
It probably won't be as bad as the last dip, but it'll still be a dip. I think it'll be like a 2001 .com bubble kind of dip, where it won't destroy the economy, but people will be hit. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It goes it goes up and down in waves. And if you zoom out, even like from the beginning of, I don't know, money.
yeah. When they started keeping record,
Yeah, it really does go up and down in like a perfect wave if you zoom like way out.
right?
And so it's inevitable, and you can kind of see that there's a missing wave right now. You know, it's going up, and it's going up slowly, and it's just about time that
Does
it
that
goes.
mean it crashes harder?
But it's about time that it goes down. See, like the crashes, they happen from different types of things. So it could be the .com, it could be
What
like
was
stock,
.com?
it could be.
Then it
you
was
know what I mean?
housing.
It could
Housing
be,
was destroying
yeah,
everything.
having mortgage loan or having different loans that shouldn't have been cleared off, or
Student loans.
lending, like all that stuff. Anything, pretty much when like the government messes up, like it's inevitable we're gonna mess up and it's gonna go down in flames pretty soon. So like, it's something that happens over time, and it's so weird how it it has to happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna
In
happen.
order to keep going up,
Yeah.
you gotta.
It's
reach
gonna
it.
happen. But the great thing about it is that if you're an investor, if you like zoom
Have
out in your
somebody-
lifetime, it goes down and up, but it's always going up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it kind of goes like in a diagonal, little wave going up.
it's like climate change.
Yes, exactly. And we're pretty,
Up, down, up,
Mess.
down. It's cold as fuck right now.
Yeah.
But it was hot as shit last summer.
but it's still going up, and we're still gonna go through a lot of stuff.
And we're gonna die.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, no, I don't want to get. I wonder if something else will kill us before the environment does.
What if the environment is our next financial crisis?
We're not invested in it, are we?
A large earthquake flaming through
Oh,
California
Just destroys everything.
just ruins.
Are you on a fault line? We're not on a fault line. It'd be fine.
I thought
Is it reset on
we're
a fault
outside of one, right?
line? Yeah.
Yeah. So if it was big enough, we would still feel the waves.
Oh, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, we would still.
Yeah. But we
And
don't
like
have
we're
one,
like next to Los Angeles.
one
so
story houses. You know what I mean? You know, it's not
Yeah.
like it's 2 stories.
I mean, I could just
Yeah,
run
it's not-
outside.
it's not like
I've
you're
got
in a
like
building.
15 acres in my
Yeah,
front yard
yeah,
that I
you're-
can just sprint.
You'll be fine.
It's just like,
My house collapsed.
oh my gosh.
Wow, we made that sound really like nothing's wrong. It's
Yeah.
like a fucking tragedy. First world
Let's
problem.
hope that doesn't happen.
What?
But it was yet like the financial crisis. Like, I don't know. So I was in real estate before, and it's kind of bad to say this, but I always use that with like my selling point, where it was like, it's gonna happen. It might happen. So I think you should sell.
Oh, to get someone to sell.
Yeah,
Mm.
because like a lot of people's
That's
a lot of
interesting
people's
because
assets.
you would have been around a lot of people who were a little more experienced than you that
So
actually
much.
felt the initial crash.
Well, nobody knows your age when you call them.
No, but I'm saying like were you around anyone who was there in 2008 when it all fell apart?
See, it's a little weird for me because 2008 for my family was an opportunity.
Right. No, but like, do you know people that it wasn't an opportunity for?
I mean, everybody else really in my life.
My family got fucked.
Because like in 2008 my parents started buying properties heavily
Because
and
they had the cash.
investing, yeah, because they were saving, and then now all of that stuff.
Did they prep for that, or was that just like we're saving and it just lined up correctly?
I don't think I have the knowledge to say,
Okay.
but I do know that they bought properties in 2008, and I do know that it worked out for them. That's like as much as I know.
My parents,
God
my
bless
parents
that.
sold properties in 2008 and it didn't work out very well.
Yeah,
God bless that we have
very unfortunate. 'Cause-
enough to just be there though, because
Yeah,
I'm sure there was a lot of families that was all they had
yeah.
and they didn't have anywhere to go.
No, yeah, and so like a lot of people, you don't even have an option to keep it because
Yeah.
you have to pay for other things.
Right.
You have to pay like, yeah, it's really, I don't know. I think that's why savings is a huge thing. You have to be prepared for anything, savings, investing in things.
What's a
But you know what?
savings?
It's like, I mean, savings, yeah, for especially for I feel like our whole generation of.
Yeah, we're really fucked.
Yeah.
Well, I think our millennial generation is really fucked in terms of. Do you know that student loans are 3 times, I think, or no, twice as much as what they were 10 years ago, before the financial crisis? Twice as much.
That's
And 28% of Americans with student loans are over 80,000.
what's crazy. People were killing themselves off of
They still are.
off of the financial crisis
Oh.
and doing all that, like jumping off of buildings and doing
there's,
wild stuff, like,
There's a high
It's-
suicide rate in college students that's rising.
and that is
I
probably
think it
really
has
scary
some-
with that lineup.
I think it has something
But-
to do with that.
But it's interesting to look at it because if we're at the top and all of the people that are our age feel that we're at the bottom, you imagine when we are actually at the bottom.
Oh,
Then we're really
yeah, that's interesting.
really, really in the bottom. Like right now is like the biggest, like we're in like the best time. Like there's
Oh.
so many opportunities. Like it's
Dude,
like at the top.
have
Like
you-
we're
Have you been to LA and looked at the buildings and like been to a place where you can see the skyline, like like a nice little
Yeah.
viewing point, see it really clean?
Mhm.
2.5 years ago, like 8 less buildings. 8 less buildings. And
Yeah.
I'm not talking like buildings that are like 10 stories. I'm talking like these mega skyscrapers
Yeah.
are fucking there.
well, they're dropping they're buying out those little parking lots and they're buying out all the little spaces and
Yeah.
building them like little Legos.
Yeah. No, dude.
Because there's so much money in it.
There's that beautiful
It's
ass
like an
one with the
automatic
screen on it,
profit.
the Korean company that owns that one.
Yeah.
And then there's like 6 apartment buildings that is supposed to be billed as like the city of the future because it's going to be just residents and some shopping kind of going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go in that area, like all of the buildings have been cleaned up. You go to the Arts District and all that was Skid Row. It's not Skid
Yeah.
Row anymore. There's white people walking their dogs in the middle of the night. Like little tiny Yorkies,
Yeah.
just going for a walk
Yeah.
in Skid Row, or what was Skid Row?
And it's not even just LA because if you drive
Oh,
down
it's
the
happening
street
everywhere.
in Riverside,
Oh, it's happening here, yeah.
bro, right next door we have the big old Amazon building and we have like a ton of warehouses being built. But that's because like they can sell those really quickly. Like these builders and these like investors can buy these
They're cheap
things
to
and they
build.
can flip them.
Yeah.
The building
Well-
off of Madison, the 24-hour fitness, they built it and like sold it. I know their listing price was a little bit over 15 million. But just imagine that little parking structure right there that was like maybe the size of.
But that was at Bally's. There was already a gym there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they
Well, whatever.
What-
Well, no.
has-
Didn't they build?
or maybe they
They put higher walls, I think.
no, I know. No, they did build.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
saying
Okay.
I'm
I
saying
was
that
like,
parking lot that was there like 10 years before was Bally's
oh,
Fitness.
okay.
'Cause
I didn't know that.
My dad used to go there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So
Does your dad go to 24 hour now?
I have to buy him a gym pass, but like I'll work it out with him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's been asking because he needs things to do.
It's nice there.
Yeah.
It's nice in
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, it
I
has
have
the
24
whole
hour.
like grass.
I have a 24-hour in Santa
patch
Monica.
thing.
It's the size of this fucking garage. It's fucking small.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nobody goes there because it's on the beach and like
Yeah.
there's like free parking for an hour and a half and then you have to pay. So it's kind of a
Mm-hmm.
bitch to get to. I went to the big one. They have a giant 24-hour fitness more inland in Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm.
And that one I thought, oh, I'll go to that one in the morning. Nobody's going to be
Yeah.
there. Bro.
Is it like a second
so
floor one?
Fucking packed. 3 floors.
It's like yeah. Yeah, that's like the one that I was going to in Pasadena. And I used to live in Pasadena. It was like super far away, but like everyone was always
Yeah.
there. Like
yeah.
everybody in Pasadena is
I
just
thought,
at 24 hour
I'll go to that
fitness.
one. No one's gonna be there. They'll have all this equipment. It's fucking big. Like there'll be plenty of room for me to walk around and do whatever. No, dude, I go to the little one. There's always a treadmill open for me. I mean, there's not very many, but there's enough.
Yeah.
And there's some weights available. Like it is cramped and crowded, but I'd rather do the little tiny one that's cramped and crowded than a giant one that's just fucking massive and there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Well, that's why I go to the gym at 4:00 in the morning. No one's there.
But you also have your own gym, you know?
Well, we still go to the other one because we don't have heaters,
Okay.
as you can tell.
Heat yourself up. Warm up. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So so back to like the
We're
financial
talking
crisis.
about the boom right now.
Are you prepared for it?
Am I prepared for it?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Which
Do you
is
think
why
you would be one to get cut out of your company? Because they cut people, man.
Oh, they don't know who I am. So yes, absolutely. Will I get laid off at a financial crisis? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not a director position,
Yeah.
even though they cut directors too. But there's 2 of me. I'm senior over one person, but I'm a senior position in an office that isn't necessarily associated with the main office that is what I'm doing. I'm working remote.
Yeah.
So I could easily see me being cut. No problem.
Yeah.
I would cut me.
Yeah.
Just as a smart business person, not to get emotional about it because it's good to not be emotional about those things. It's
Yeah.
like
Usually, like the marketing and
yeah,
advertising goes out first.
I work in advertising and in marketing, so not only will my department probably get cut entirely, but if they're like, we still need like 2 guys, I'm not one of the 2 guys.
Yeah.
That like, cause I'm art, like I'm not a twig on a branch that might get chopped off anyways, and like my twig is like I'm the guy that puts together what the other guy writes for us.
I see it as like in my front yard, I have this tree where there's like a few twigs that like stick out.
Yeah.
And they're like a little brown.
Snap. I mean, if time went on, I could be the big branch.
You could look good in that. You could square it out.
But I'm not the big branch. No,
Yeah.
I'm cut.
But
for
when
sure.
they need to do tidying up, there's gonna be a lot of snipping.
I'm cut for sure. Well, I actually have a property that is kind of sitting there. I use it on the weekends because
Yeah.
I come down from time to time.
I mean, I think you're good.
Oh no, I'm fine.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm fine. In
like from like life to death,
Oh, there's people that are fucked.
you're at life.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, you're in there.
Great.
Yeah. It's scary for me because like we have our Rebecca and I have our own film company,
Right.
and like, are people gonna need videos when they're going through the shits?
They'll need less, but you'll have to find. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. You'll have to find a way to recession-proof yourself and operate in like what you should start doing now is assume that the crash happened yesterday.
Yeah,
And how do I operate? How do I make money
yeah,
if the crash happened yesterday? Because they're not going to want to spend this money.
yeah,
But they still need to make sales. Like, the day needs to go on,
yeah,
right? It doesn't mean, like, okay, people stop spending, but they don't cut everything out of their lives.
yeah.
They just buy one less T-shirt.
Well, I see it. I mean,
Also, you're in a weird time because that would be like if the financial crisis happened in 2008. You know, Twitter was like released in like 2006. Like that's a company that grew out of that period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Media isn't what it was in 2008. And I'm sure at that time it was like people still consider doing commercials.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, you still have to do commercials.
Yeah.
You're just not going to get to do them for the cool, like, trendy water bottle brand.
Yeah.
Or the influencer.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to reach my followers.
I think.
There'll be a lot less weddings, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
People just aren't going to get
I
married.
think they'll see. I see. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think sometimes like. I think it'll switch from being like an opportunity to being the solution.
Yeah.
So like we have like opportunity to build a brand, to build a voice. Yeah. And they're like, maybe let's try this out, and then we would have to switch our company to say, this is your solution. Yeah, this is how we're going to help you get out of this.
Your sales have declined because we're in a financial crisis.
And you don't have a video.
Yeah. And people don't know who you are at all at this point, and you're barely surviving. Let's do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. Like me personally, I will be fine in terms of like freelancing. I won't be fine in terms of like
job.
Yeah, where I work, like you know, there's a set budget there, and there's an ability to kind of spend freely and have smart people around you, and hope that it adds to the company. And I think that's the overall sentiment. So
yours is what was that the other podcast we just had, where good ideas structure is better than good ideas or something?
Oh right, yeah. Or systems.
Systems. People. They have a system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just like...
And they believe in people over just one good idea. The company has changed its name like 6 times, which also is like, yeah, that's not a good sign here.
Yeah.
It was acquired by a large company, and I would imagine that like, not only am I a twig on a branch that might get cut, but that branch is attached to another branch that the main stump probably doesn't really care about if shit goes south.
Yeah.
And the company that we're owned by is a Chinese company, so if it's like a trade war situation, you know, there's a lot going on there.
What if that's what the financial crisis is like the goods, like trading of goods and stuff?
What do you mean?
Like, weren't we having like all this stuff where we wanted to build and like build things here and push more work out here?
We just can't.
That's like what's being like preached, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, we just can't. We don't have access to that infrastructure.
It just seems like a fireworks show, to be honest.
Even if we could, like, it wouldn't create more jobs. We just have more like factories here. And if that makes sense, it's like you'd have more factories here, but you'd have it all automated. And so you would still need like positions of other like you would need engineers more than you would need factory workers.
Dude, Amazon, you know how they're working on their like
they're gonna automate that whole system. That's real
their
fucked up.
vending machine factory.
Yeah.
How they like click in like a package and then it just loads it into their car.
Yep.
What's gonna happen when no one needs us?
That's a good question. That's I don't know how to answer that because I don't know if I believe in that.
From the future.
But yeah, I'm not from the future.
I mean, I think people always need us, but when like there's like a limited amount of things that we can do.
The first thing we're gonna lose is Friday.
Because of Gary Vee.
We're just not working Fridays. Wait, what do you mean? What, like Gary Vee?
He's always saying
what?
He's always saying so.
Monday through Friday. Yeah. Oh, because you look forward. No, well, Thursday's gonna be the new day to go out.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have 2 days on the weekends now.
I don't even see a Thursday, Friday, Saturday anymore. Working from home, I just see days. Like honestly, you being here is my indicator of knowing what day it is.
I don't need to work Friday.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Working at I'll tell you as a corporate insider guy, whatever. I just show up Friday to show up on Friday. But and to be honest with you, I don't need to work Friday.
Everybody just like wraps it up.
If I could work, if I had Friday off and the only requirement was that on Friday morning for an hour and Saturday morning for an hour, I go through my emails and respond to anything, I would do it.
Yeah.
And in fact, the company would run more efficiently that way.
That's how I was in Marcus and Milchap. Friday was like show up, tidy up everything,
right?
Send little last emails. And you kind of just sit there, and then you go to lunch or you like hang out, and then it's like, why am I here? And then you leave.
Yeah. No,
But
we're gonna lose
but
Friday
most
first.
people like
I'm
if they work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they did get those like calls that
I'm excited for this crisis because low key, what if that means when we come back out of it, right? Friday's just gone. They start hiring people like, yeah, you work
Dude,
Monday through Thursday because we can't afford Friday right now. And it's like, oh, all right, cool. And then
oh,
it's
I
like,
get it now
we'll
because
pay
you
you
can't
more.
afford it.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like the laziness of it.
No, not
It
laziness.
was not even. It's not cost effective, right?
I don't need you
Yeah.
on Friday. I can't afford. It's gonna start with I can't afford Friday,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna end with, well, you got the job done Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need Friday?
Yeah.
Take Friday off.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal for salary workers because I'm assuming salary people will get paid the same amount.
Yeah.
They just won't have that day to work. It'll be a big deal for like retail workers.
I'm still afraid of the
actually, no, it
Amazon
won't.
thing.
Actually, it won't because retail workers don't work full time anyways. They work a sporadic amount of days and then they're off.
Yeah.
So they probably don't work Friday anyways, unless they're a full time employee.
I'm still afraid of the Amazon thing because if you don't have these factory workers,
Uh-huh.
or not factory workers, these like warehouse workers,
Right. Well, that's a
working,
new factory worker.
then where are they gonna go?
So I think Amazon's fucked up. They're not fucked up because God bless capitalism. But what is going wrong there is we're losing all of these retail jobs, which I think that's where they think that the next crash comes from. Right? Retail just collapses completely. I mean, Sears is gone. Macy's is gone.
Oh, dude, I got a story.
All right, I can't wait to hear it.
The front of Toys R Us and Babies R Us. I think Amazon bought that parking lot.
Really?
Go to the Moreno Valley Toys R Us and
Really?
Babies R Us. All the Amazon trucks are parked in front of it. Dude, that is a slap in the face.
Oh man.
It is hilarious.
Did I
And then
tell
I don't know why
did I te-
U-Haul is in front of Hooters. Anyways,
Just space to put your trucks.
yeah.
Did I tell you that story? How Toys R Us was like, it leaked that they were struggling financially, so they smelled blood in the water, and
Amazon started
not
getting
only Amazon,
Shark.
Target, Walmart, Amazon slashed their prices, so that so basically they were operating at a loss in their toy department.
Wow.
Fucked, right?
That's crazy to
considering-
have that name too,
yeah.
Toys R Us.
Yeah. So the company that was only toys couldn't compete because they were only toys, but these other companies were multiple. They
Diversified
probably
and
made
stuff.
more money off of their groceries than they did toys anyways. So they used the toys as a loss leader
Yeah.
to get them into the store. And then, so they got two things out of it. They got more traffic into their stores and they undercut their competition and put them out of business. And then they bought their parking lot to park their trucks in.
Dude. I sat there for a while just looking at
beautiful.
those Amazon Mercedes
Checkmate.
dark gray
Yeah. Damn.
little trucks.
They
There's,
probably-
there's like
they don't get them from
every
Mercedes
space
price.
was filled
Dang.
in that. You know how large the
Dark gray
Toys R Us.
The Prime trucks?
Yeah,
They look pretty dope.
they were all. Every single space was filled with Prime trucks.
Damn.
I don't know what they're doing,
Well,
how
they
they're
were-
doing things.
they were delivering
but
toys.
they're doing things.
They were delivering toys.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it was probably set up so like the Amazon, one of the like factory guys could just take a photo and enjoy it. Enjoy
Damn.
their trucks
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
like,
parking lot.
we did it,
like
boys.
we can afford your building.
Yeah.
Let's just buy it for our parking.
Yeah.
I think I didn't want to say it because I don't know if it's true or not, but what I heard was that they bought the whole building along with the rest of the toys that were in there, and they're shipping out those toys.
Oh. Oh. Interesting.
Yeah,
That's a good move.
yeah. But they just like rented out the whole space or whatever, and they just whatever was left in there, they bought it out.
Also, though,
And then,
you also
you know,
gotta
you're
imagine
shipping out
there's
all the
no
toys.
There's no tenant there. There's no owner.
Yeah,
Maybe they just are like, oh, free parking.
yeah. I think you would have to.
Oh, you'd have to pay.
Yeah, especially with someone like
Oh,
Amazon,
someone
you'd be
else.
on the news.
I think someone owns the land too.
Yeah,
Toys R Us didn't own the building. They just leased it.
yeah.
Okay. Well.
Some dude,
Yeah.
some guy named Chang
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that. Some random.
own the building.
Yeah,
Was kind of freaking out because
Some
his
landlord.
biggest tenant's gone.
yeah.
It's gonna be a fucking. What is
Then
it gonna be?
Amazon was like, "Yo,
It's gonna be one of those costume stores next year in October.
for sure."
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those like
Halloweenville or something.
Yeah, Halloween like, and then they do the Christmas ones now too. Do you know that? That's where I bought my sweater this year. They had a little.
Wait, they do Christmas.
They do Christmas
pop-ups
stores.
things.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen one.
Beautiful. It's like amazing.
Is it only in OC?
It was in Santa Monica, but I think this was
Are
like
they like small? Because how many
was
things
it?
can you put in there?
It was a whole row of like Christmas sweaters, then a whole other area of Christmas decorations. You can do a whole Christmas store. In fact, you can do a Christmas store more than you can do a Halloween store if you think about it, because then you can have an entire gift aisle.
You're right.
Probably a better opportunity.
Yeah, longer
Longer season.
Yeah.
Too.
Dude, I feel like it's still Christmas.
It still feels like
You know what
Christmas.
I mean, I still have my lights up.
I still want to say happy holidays to people. You know?
I've got like this neck cramp.
It's cold.
I don't know if you've been seeing it. I'm like just punching at it.
I had one this morning, but it's gone.
It's
Okay.
really cold in here.
Yeah. So financial crisis. What do we do?
What else? What else?
What do we do?
What else do we know about it? I mean, it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's scary because like you just see the shift and you see the reality of it, and especially like what we were talking about with student loans. We were talking about with all of our situations, like what's gonna happen like when you can't afford your place or your job's not hiring you. I think just definitely just save up and just know that. I mean, save up, but even that sometimes it's like, I mean, how much can you save to prepare for a
and what's it
for
worth
a crash like
when
that?
it crashes?
Yeah, but another thing I want to touch on.
What happens if you have debt? Like, how does that work?
To just keep on going downhill
Just
until they don't allow. Well, like they won't give you any more money.
right?
They'll
Can they decrease your amount? Like, let's say your line is like 10 grand.
I think they could do anything.
Oh, right. Yeah,
They could do anything.
Yeah,
they could
say,
shut down banks.
Your card is canceled,
They
buddy.
could shut
God damn.
down banks, dude. They'll stop your card from even working.
So I would say right now, stop paying your credit cards and start paying.
Just leave, dude.
Yeah,
leave
just-
to Costa Rica.
Yeah, fuck it. Pump all your money into an offshore account and just lay low for a couple of years.
Bro.
And then you get back in and like, oh, dude, I meant to pay those off. I just had to get the fuck out of town for a little bit.
You know, when I went to Costa Rica, there was like this really nice resort that I stayed in, and the guy was from, I think it was from Germany.
Right.
German. Yeah, he was German. It was from Germany. He was German. From Germany.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So much
okay.
sense.
So much sense. And then, so he was talking about his story, and he kind of leaked some information. He said that he had so much debt. He was an architect. He had so much debt from building like these like large locations that pretty much like the government said, you either pay for this or you leave. So he went to Costa Rica,
Oh.
and he took like his millions.
Oh, the German government.
Yeah.
I talked to Uber drivers, and they're really feeling it because of the gig economy. Like, Uber drivers hate the government.
Well, he left like 8 years ago, and then he went to Costa Rica, and like he built his entire empire. So now he owns like a mountain, and he
nice.
rents it out for Airbnb. But he said that if he goes back, like
He's fucked.
he can't. He left all of his family, all of his life, his wife, everything, for this
New life.
Costa Rica life.
I'm
So
not
I
mad.
might just have to leave to Costa Rica if we go down too far.
Stop paying your credit cards. Get a bunch of cash and put it in your mattress.
Put it in your mattress. I gotta say another thing. I feel like it's always a good time especially if you're like our age, 24, 25. It's always a good time to invest in a property, especially if you have money.
Well, but what if you can't afford to maintain it?
Especially if you have the money. Well, okay, so if you
Make sure
have
you have
if you
money.
have enough money to put the down payment on it and be
And
able to pay for it for a few
like,
months,
Yeah, years. 2 years maybe.
months.
How long do you
If
think?
you have a rental property,
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
then it's always a good opportunity to get something like a 2-unit, a 3-unit, and start renting it out. It's always a good time to buy, even anytime if you have the money to do it.
Well,
Because
right now
like
it's going down, right? So it's an especially good time to buy right now.
anytime, because of our age.
Oh, right. You have the time.
Because of our age.
Yeah.
So even if you went through shit and you held on to it and you had 2 or 3 rental properties and they were paying just to pay it off and you were not making a dime,
Yeah.
trust me, like I've talked on the phone with multiple millionaires that bought when they were like 20 years old and they didn't make a dime for like so many years, and then they cashed out on like 4 or 5 million, you know,
Right.
each property.
Beautiful. Well, they're not making more of it.
What was that?
That's a big slogan. They're not making more of it. Land.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could buy land, if you got buy property and it's going to be paying you back every single month, sometimes even if you don't make $1 on it now, it's about looking in the future because, yeah, I know, like, I don't know. Like, I want to be as set as, like, my parents
Right.
when it comes down to a financial crisis because I know that even if, like, all goes down, they still have, like, a few rental properties that can pay for their stuff for the little downswing.
That's kind of what my parents had when the last financial crisis happened.
Yeah, they had a property.
We had 2 properties that we owned fully.
Yeah,
No mortgage payments, just property taxes.
beautiful.
And we basically moved into one of them and then kept the other one, rented out. And they lost like 3 or 4 properties. But in like the grand scheme of things, they basically took their original house that they owned, refinanced it, made enough money to buy 2 properties.
Yeah.
They lost the original house that they owned, but out of one house, they owned 2
Yeah.
in the end. So it's like a weird, like,
Trade-off.
you had 5 to begin with at some point. You had fucking 5 and a couple million in the bank somewhere, and now you don't have much.
Yeah.
But, you didn't lose. There's people that lost.
Yeah.
Like, fucking lost.
And who knows, like right now, it might even be a good time for your parents to sell and then use that money, split it into 2 properties,
Right.
and then make them rental properties.
Right.
And having 1 to live in, 2 rental
Right.
properties to rent out.
Well, so what I want to do now, just to like get ready for something, would be I do have an empty one that is just there, and I'm probably gonna rent that one out and just take that money and throw it into a savings account and maybe use it for repairs,
It's like
whatever.
do it yesterday.
And then just
Do it yesterday.
do it yesterday. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually that's why I came down. Well, I come down every week, but that
Yeah.
was like a thing. Come down today, write down like what needs to be done,
Yeah.
and then we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, I would say if you're someone who's starting a business, operate lean. Now's a good time to figure out if you can survive a recession, and if you can survive a recession, I mean it's only up after the crash, right? Until there's another crash, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it might not even be a large one because it could be a small wave drop
I think it'll be
to
like
kind of correct it.
I wasn't old enough in 2001 to know what it was like, but I know that there was a crash in 2001, and I don't know. It wasn't that bad, right?
I don't want to say yes or no because I
bubble.
don't know.
Yeah, we're both two young, naive youngsters who
Yeah.
know nothing about the economy. But
Yeah.
I imagine,
But we're still doing a podcast on financial crisis.
I imagine it wasn't as bad.
I can tell you if I had the wave in front of me. See, that's like me with freeways.
What would you look it up?
I could tell you what freeway I'm on if I see
what
ways.
What do I look up?
I would probably put
U.S. stock market.
financial crisis wave.
Hold on. Entertain the people while I look this up.
Okay, so we are at 32 minutes
Oh, nice.
or 33 minutes.
We can get the fuck out of here now.
Yep, pretty much. We can close it out by now. Just want to say thank you for anybody that's listening to our podcast. And if you guys have any recommendations, you guys can go ahead and email me
Oh, it wasn't bad at all.
at woodylanderos@gmail.com. Just email us any recommendations, and then we'll respond. If you want your name in it, you can go ahead and insert that in there too. And if it's a little wild, then I'll tell you, sweet, we're doing it this week. So the more crazy the topic, the better. I don't know what else to talk about. Daniel,
Hold on.
come back. I'm not that exciting of a person. And the only person I can entertain is myself. Myself.
Hold on.
So, we've been working on this studio for a while, and I gotta say,
Don't say we, because I haven't really helped. I'm a piece of shit. This is all him. But I do love the work that you've done. Um,
And
oh
now I
yeah, I
just need
wasn't.
Wi-Fi.
So for some reason they don't really show me 2001, but it looks like it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Well, now you entertain them.
All right, guys, what's going on? Daniel here. I still have a job, so that's good. Um, I wanted to move by the end of the year, but something tells me it's probably not a good idea if recession hits, or financial crisis hits. Um,
Do you see how tough it is to like just talk by yourself?
yeah, unless I had I wanted to stay on subject, but I don't know. I don't know.
What are your parents doing to prepare?
Prepare? Well, my parents are pretty set in terms of like savings and taking care of their property and stuff. I do think whatever does happen, if it does get to a point where we need to like hunker down, it'll be a community effort, if that makes sense. So it'll be like calling all children. It'll be like my parents and my sisters, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice to be able to like band together with a group of people to take care of yourselves. So my parents will do what they always do, and I am looking forward to maybe having that support system of my family, including my sisters, to kind of band together to make sure we ride this wave out. We're saying that like Armageddon is the next like within the next couple of months, but it's not that bad. It's just a little hiccup in a long stream of booming development. If we could talk about Riverside, California for a little bit, the food lab is trash. Um, I mean, I've had it twice. I've given it a chance. The burrito place, the like Mexican food place, looks really good, and my friend got a meal there, and he paid $9 for a decent looking burrito. So I'm not gonna knock it all the way, but everything else kind of sucked for me. And I paid $19 for a cheeseburger and fries and a disgusting lemonade. And if anyone deserves to get hit by the financial crisis, it's me for that one transaction. I could have gone to In-N-Out and spent $7 and had a much, much better meal, and it wasn't that much far away. But other than that, I mean, the food lab is a great idea. I do wish them very many successes. They should figure that out. It looks like they're building apartments across the street. I really hope that they like get that finished and see it through before everything kind of just falls apart. I saw another pair of apartments that they're building across the street as well that are kind of already up. So they went up faster than the ones that they're building across the street there. So it looks kind of nice. They have bird scooters down there. They have rentable bikes. Sometimes I'm driving through there and I'm like, I don't know if I'm in Santa Monica or am I in Riverside. Who knows? But then I look up my food options and I realize I'm in Riverside because there's not a lot of food options out here. There's a lot of fast food. There's some.
Boom.
Let me see.
It's one of them.
Is this all time? Oh yeah, this is all time. Oh, the oil crisis was a big dip in 74 to 80.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. If we get a 2001, we good.
Yeah.
Damn, 2009 is ugly.
It was really bad. It was really aggressive. You know,
like 2001 is just like a little dip. It's not even.
I heard one time from one of my coworkers that if you watched, well, he was a little crazy, but I'll just say it.
Yeah.
He said if you watch the way that trucks move around the U.S., you could watch and kind of feel out how the market is. Because the more transportation, the more flow, and the less transportation,
I mean, that makes sense.
the less flow.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you had to meet him. He was.
Oh, he's a little weird.
Yeah. He was like telling me under the table.
Oh.
Yeah.
One time I met this guy at when I worked in retail, and he's dressed in like sand-colored like shirt and like pants. I was like, well, this guy's dressed kind of weird. He looked like he was going to the desert. I start talking to him, right? Well, what do you do? Well, I'm a consultant. I'm like, oh, cool. He's like, yeah, I just got back from Kuwait. Oh, all right. Right? And so I'm helping him find a pen and shit. Serious ass dude. I'm like consultant, Kuwait. I'm just putting some shit together in my mind. Like this guy looks CIA, like some weird shit.
Looks CIA.
Dude, I don't know. And then he's like, he just like I was like, oh yeah, here you go. I helped him out, whatever, you know. And I'm all bubbly, just being a great customer service guy that I am. And then he says, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And he just looks at me so serious, like so fucking serious. Take care of yourself. And just walks out. And I'm like, dude, what does he know?
This guy's
like,
CIA.
like, what does he know? What do you mean take care of yourself? Like, should
What's
I go
going
somewhere?
on?
Like, what the fuck?
We need that guy in the podcast.
Jesus. It's weird.
All right, man. Well, before it hits 40,
Yeah.
we're going to close it out.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. If you enjoyed it, great. If you didn't, fuck you. Just kidding. No, I'm not.
Well, if you didn't, then recommend us some things. Like,
oh yeah,
email us.
Give us something to talk about. Shoot us an email. Yeah,
Yeah.
interact with us. We're trying to build a following.
Yeah.
We know nothing about finance.
We didn't really do that well in this one, I would say.
Yeah.
It was a little jumpy.
Yeah.
We're going to be ready for the next one, though.
Ooh. All right. You guys actually, though, they could send us like what the next subject they want it to be.
Yeah.
So I would appreciate it actually, because we're looking for things to talk about. We should also probably do our research, but we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Bye.